Now, what I want to do is add a flight of stairs. So let's add a subnet. This will be super quick, nothing fancy. Start off with a grid, make it smaller. I'm gonna whiz through this and make it 2 by 2. Just want a small little grid. I'm gonna extrude this. This will be the thickness of each step of, now I'm gonna do a copy and transform. Now this part I'm gonna get a little fancy. Ideally, we want to move this forward here so that it's side by side. Move it down, and I want to continue this. Sorry, okay, that's a better view. And I want to do this for the flight of stairs. That's great, but if I come here in the poly extrude and I change this, my flight of stairs has a lot of gaps, so it doesn't auto update, which is not very procedural. Now we're going to get a little fancy here, and I'm going to use some Houdini expressions to detect the length and the height. Come here, let's start with the X. So the X is this way. Let's auto detect that. We're going to use a B box, which is a Houdini expression, and it's asking for an input. Where are you getting the information from? What B box reads the size of an object. What object do you want to read? We're going to put 0. And this is the input number connection, since I only have one connection here. So 0 is, because it's 0 based. Basically, it's the first input. It's whatever is coming from the poly extrude. We're going to, sorry, let me select the spec. Now that is what we're trying to read. Now, what are we reading? Well, it's giving us a lot of hints in the tooltip. I want to read one of these, D_X min, Y min, Z min, you get the point. But there's also a size, DX size. So it'll read the X axis, how wide it is. It's exactly what we need to know. The length, so D_X size. And look at that. This lines up perfectly over here. So this B box is actually working. Back to perspective mode. Right. Now let's handle the height. So let's use the same B box, but this time, again, 0 as the first input, the only input, D_Y size, because we want the height. Okay, it goes up, which actually could work too, but I want it to go downwards. So negative. I just put a negative in front of that whole thing, and it'll just go down. Let's test this. Poly extrude, extrude it. Now the key is that I have the render flag on the copy. I have the render flag on the result, so I'm seeing the result in the viewport, but I'm modifying the parameters of the extrude. So you can see this is highlighted in orange, and that is why we see the parameters over here. These parameters relate to the extrusion parameters. Now look at that. It updates automatically because it's reading the height and the width using those expressions that we put in. So it's very procedural. And let's copy. And we also can do more flight of stairs, but I'm going to stick to like 3 or 4 because I'm planning to animate that ball bouncing on the flight of stairs. We're going to do dynamic motion. So this is going to be super quick, a lot quicker than you think. There's a good practice I'm going to put out here. I know this is not necessary. What is more important is an output node, because this is a subnetwork. You don't have this output node inside the subnetwork, which is what we have here, which is this guy. It will take whatever's on the render flag and output that. So if we have this, so say we didn't have this output node, delete this, and I accidentally left the render flag on the grid, go back up, look, our subnetwork will now output whatever our render flag has. I have to put it back here, go back up, and look at that. But if we have the output node, it will always use the end. So this is more, if I accidentally left it on the grid, go back up, it will still output the real result. Now there's one more thing I want to do. I want to put this flight of stairs on the origin because this is going to be animated. This is going to be rigged. So let's do that. Drag this down, drag down, match size. And the match size is really nice because if you leave the second input blank and choose minimum, actually, okay, let's start with the default. This will actually bring everything to the origin. So you can see that, disable this, moving everything to the origin, but I want it to be ground level. So let's go Y minimum, minimum of the flight of stairs. So this minimum will be the min Y, which is the bottom of the flight of stairs, will match the origin Y, which brings it to ground level. Now, I also want this side, the beginning of the flight of stairs, to be in the origin over here because the ball is going to bounce this way. So X min as well, and that'll just push it over.